protect your neck. Like the Wu-Tang Clan said, protect your neck. You like my headband? Oh, this? It's just an ice pack. And this is 40. Your girl pinched a nerve in my neck. I pinched a nerve in my neck. We carry so much weight, unnecessary weight, because as I was packing for that trip, well, I was already packed, but as I was getting ready to go on this trip, my mom kept saying, oh, use my roller. She said it about 3 times, and I kept saying, no, I'm good. And then what happens? I hurt myself. And it's teaching me, because I'm not the type that will ask for help or even inconvenience myself if I've already done something. It's like, it's done. Why do I have to change it? Being stubborn, right? So I didn't realize I was being stubborn in that moment. I just knew that, well, I'm already packed. And we ended up leaving a day later. Later that day instead of in the morning. So I didn't even have to bring half of the things that I had in that bag. And it made me realize how much unnecessary weight we carry around. And when people offer us help, oftentimes we reject it because we're so conditioned to doing everything by ourselves. And had I just stopped and reflected on the situation, meaning, okay, my flight was supposed to be at 6 a.m., but now it's not until 4:30 p.m., so I can remove a day's worth of clothes. But no, I kept all of my clothes for a 4-day trip when I could have consolidated for a 3-day trip and used the roller and not be dealing with the stress. But now, because I decided to take the long way and, not change what could have been changed, and I had the time, I had the energy, now I'm having to go through this pain. But everything still happens for a reason, because now it forced me to make the appointments I was avoiding, trying to handle everything on my own, including this eczema. And I was like, it's been a few months, nothing's working. So sometimes you just got to ask for help and go seek help from the professionals, okay? And alleviate some of that excess weight that we carry around and trying to constantly help ourselves when we need to be asking for help from others. And it doesn't even mean asking help from family members. It could be asking, setting a doctor's appointment. Or I'm doing my best to not have to learn my lessons in such dramatic fashions. I don't want God to have to yank me out of situations when I can ask for help or make the situation easier for myself in the moment, catch it, the first time. And even when I was looking up remedies to fix my shoulder, every video I watched said foam rolling, and I was seeking the obvious answer, and I was like, no, I need something for my arm, my shoulder, not my legs. And every video said foam rolling, and I had avoided foam rolling. So I was like, no, it's not foam rolling, leaning on my own understanding. When it's like, same thing with the suitcase. I heard the word suitcase like 3 times and I ignored it. I heard the word foam rolling at least 3 times and I ignored it. And then last night, that was yesterday morning, then last night I was like, you know what? And God had me like moving my desk that I do my journaling at and my Bible study and all that into my room randomly to the spot where I kept my foam roller. And I realized, oh, I need to be foam rolling. Because even though it wasn't the obvious answer, my stubborn self was like, no, I need someone to I need these videos to tell me, rather than, watching to listen, I was watching to be validated. Like, no, what I'm doing is right. And instead, I was ignoring the solution because a lot of my tension and pain, it was rooted in my hips and in my legs. So when I did foam roll, it did alleviate a lot of that pain. And I'm even pressing on it right now, right there, from sitting on those flights, from exercising, not stretching properly. That probably triggered this old injury. And yeah, even just pressing on that released some tension in my shoulder right now. It still hurts, but I'm just saying, alleviate a lot of the excess weight that you're carrying around, literally and figuratively. Like, listen to Bag Lady by Erykah Badu. She talks about it in that song. It's like, Bag Lady. I can't remember the lyrics, but it's just saying you don't have to carry around or do everything on your own. It's okay. We can help each other. We can get help. And help doesn't mean like asking people you know for help or, asking for money. It's helping yourself, going to the doctor. I was avoiding going to the doctor for what? To make myself better? I'm not a doctor. So I'm just doing my best, even at 40, learning to let go of my stubborn ways, because man, it was preventing me from getting the help that I actually needed. Having so much resistance and aversion, or just simply being programmed to think like, oh, this pain's not as heavy, it's not as bad. Thumbnail. It's not as bad as I was making it out to be, or I can tolerate this pain. It's not as bad. Nothing's broken. I didn't rupture my Achilles. They didn't, whatever the case may be. It's like I was deceiving myself. And one of my prayers the other day from my devotionals was, ask God to show you where you're deceiving yourself. And immediately, I'm walking back and forth because I have to go to the post office, but I want to finish this thought. But show me ways where I'm deceiving myself. And it started with all this, not being able to ask for help, being stubborn and only, watching or talking to people to be validated instead of listening, choosing the obvious answer over obedience. And now I'm just like, okay, dang, just when you think you've got it down, you're reminded or shown other parts of yourself that still need work. That's why no one is perfect. We are always students. We're always learning. And I'm grateful for these learning opportunities at a smaller scale versus before, where I probably would have had to go through something extremely dramatic to get to this point. Oh my God. Let me show you what I just saw, guys, and I'm going to close this vlog out here. You guys saw me walk back and forth in front of here, but I never noticed this until just now. Hold on. This is written on both sides of the wall. Let me show you the other side. Thumbnail. So maybe that was the confirmation I needed from God that I'm getting it. But I know I'm still a work in progress. And stay tuned. Stay tuned. What a journey. Day in the life of a 40-year-old ice pack, because I somehow managed to injure my shoulder, and this has been my reality for a couple days now, a little longer, but I was in denial that I even injured myself. So there's that, hence why I document my life, because I have to look myself in the eye and just see how stubborn I am. But I have my doctor's appointments. I just made all of them. And I'm sitting here with BioFreeze, ibuprofen, massage gun, baseball to get the knots out. At this point, it's not even a knot. I did something different. I think I strained it. Bandage, because I was trying to make a makeshift sling, and then foam roller always next to me, because I'm just, even if I don't feel sore, I know that there are tight muscles that impact all parts of our body. Like, we carry a lot of tension in our head, in like the back of our head, our neck, so that could be impacting my shoulder. Our hips also, just even emotionally, which trickles down into stress, which has caused my eczema. And being 40, I mean, just getting older in general is a blessing. I'm so grateful, because it could be worse. I just got back from a walk to the post office, Trader Joe's. So I was adding more stress onto my body that I didn't need to. On top of that, it's day 1 of my cycle. So there's a lot going on, and my work has been piling up because every time I sit down on my chair, which oddly enough, sitting on this couch is fine. So I might have to bring my laptop in here. Every time I sit in there, the pain just is like excruciating. And I don't know if this is God's way of saying, like, stop doing that work, or fix your desk, your chair. I don't know. But it's just interesting how when I'm sitting down at my desk that the pain is worse. It was hurting me on my walk back and forth to the post office and Trader Joe's, but I just kept having to swing my arm and move it around so it wasn't just stuck in one place. But it is a Tuesday afternoon and I'm sitting here on this couch, icing my shoulder, about to take this ibuprofen. And I haven't taken ibuprofen in like 2 years. And I've taken it almost every day since Thursday, I think. So that's how you know it's bad. But stay tuned. Doctor's appointments coming up. I made a video appointment, an in-person one, and other things. But stay on top of your appointments regardless. Call your advice nurses as well. That's what they're there for, if you have those capabilities. And just chill out. Just chill out. We don't have to carry so much weight around us all the time. We don't have to carry our burdens everywhere we go. Or even just physically, we don't have to carry every single bag all at once as we get older. As our bodies age. Our minds may feel young, but our bodies, we must take care of them and slow down. I was doing the most, just carrying too many bags, and it caught up, and it made me realize, just metaphorically speaking, how it applied to my life as well. So let me go ice this shoulder, take these meds, and just chill out. You like my headband? Oh, this? It's just an ice pack. And this is 40. Your girl pinched a nerve in my neck. I pinched a nerve in my neck. And for about a week, my arm, my shoulder, my back has been throbbing. I thought I dislocated my shoulder. I thought I ruptured my tendons again. I thought I did everything and anything to my arm. Come to find out it was my neck. All from lifting heavy luggage and being too stubborn to want to use a roller. And now I've just been sitting here icing the wound, because this whole time I've been icing my shoulder, my arm. But shout out to Nike for making a headband that I was tired of holding it because it was making my hands so cold. And shout out to them for making the elastic headbands. These are good. I just don't like that, they pull your hair out. And since I can't work out, I can at least look like I'm working out while I ice my whole body. But have you ever pinched a nerve in your neck or anywhere? I just knew it was different when it lasted more than 3 days. I've played sports, I've worked out, and you get DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. That's normal. You get aches, you get knots, that's normal. But within 48 to 72 hours, it's gone, and I'm good. I'm back on, I'm back in these streets. But this happened, let's see, I left on last Monday, felt a tweak in my back, and then, but this could also just be wear and tear. I was doing research on it when I thought it was my shoulder, and then I finally learned it was, I talked to my doctor. They said this could just be from movement, sports, or just getting older, wear and tear. And my 41st birthday is like a week and a day away. So happy birthday. This is 40, people. But this pain has been different, which is why, like I said, that's what I was saying. See, I can't even focus because I'm just like, try not to pay attention to the pain, but it's just so uncomfortable. It reminded me of when I ruptured my Achilles. That's why I thought I had torn the tendons in my shoulder or something, because there's the whole back. Every time I moved it, I can't even sit at my desk. It was just too painful leaning forward. So left Monday, hurt. I felt something different at the airport. Came back home on Thursday. The flight was miserable. I could not sit. It was just, everything was excruciating. And the strangers were on this side of me. So I was kind of like this the whole flight going there. And this side was more relaxed because I was sitting next to my mom. And so going to my trip and coming back home, I had someone to my left, and I was just sitting like this the whole time. So I was already like tense. And then coming home, even my neighbor, my seatmate next to me, was like, "Are you okay? Do you need me to like help your shoulder, massage it or something?" And not in like a weird, like creepy way either. Like he was an older gentleman. Like he was genuinely concerned. He said, "You look so uncomfortable. Are you okay? Do you need me to do something to your shoulder, your arm, like a massage or something?" Like truly, I don't, he did not give me creep vibes, nothing. And I was like, "Oh no, thank you." And, I finally took some ibuprofen that helped, but then it continued to linger on through the weekend. But I didn't sit at my desk until I think Saturday. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. I shouldn't be working on the weekends anyway. And I was like, I'll be fine by Monday. Let me just go chill out. So I felt fine the rest of the weekend. Then come Monday, which was like 2 days ago, I went to my 9 a.m. meeting and I wanted to cry. I was so uncomfortable. I kept fidgeting. I looked like a crackhead. I was just like grabbing my shoulder, grabbing my back, my arm. I was just like fidgeting the whole time, just so uncomfortable. And I finally was like, I just have to ask for help. This is too painful. This doesn't feel like something I can just sleep off. This doesn't feel like something I can just go eat some spinach and be okay. So I finally got the courage to, set up an appointment with my doctor, and I described everything to her. I was also talking to her about my eczema, because I've never had eczema on my hands. So that kind of triggered just all of these phone calls and appointments. But I'm just so glad I asked for help, because I would have just been sitting here icing the wrong parts of my body, thinking it was because I feel all the tension and pain in my shoulders and my arms. I would have thought this whole time it was that, when it was my neck and like my head that's injured right now. So if you've ever had a pinched nerve, how long did it last? What did you do? I have to do physical therapy. So I'll keep you guys posted with that journey as well. But for now, I'm taking it easy. I'm working from my couch, thank God. I have the flexibility to work from home, and I don't have any like urgent tasks right now. But man, what a journey. Like, I just moved the baseball just for that added support. But I haven't ever felt anything like this, except for when I ruptured my Achilles. But that was different because it was the recovery, the pain from surgery recovery. But right now, my doctor just said, take it easy, ibuprofen, keep icing my head and my neck, and I'll feel a lot. And it was interesting because whenever I would massage my head and my neck right here, I just felt less pain in my arm. And I was like, that's so weird. Why would that massage help this one? It's my arm, it's my shoulder. But this is why we have to ask for help, people, because we don't know. We're not the experts. We're not the doctors. Don't be afraid. I know it's scary and expensive. Oof. I don't even want to know if I get a bill for this, but sometimes you just gotta take it. You just gotta take the financial hit to get a lifelong help, just assistance. And forgive me if you made it this far and I'm just kind of blabbering and yapping, but man, this is just my journey in my 40s. I'm telling you, this is different. I've never experienced anything like this. It was excruciating. I feel calm now. I have to order more ibuprofen, and I'm so glad I have 3 of these ice packs because I've just been rotating them. Like, I'll move it to this side and it'll be freezing, but I barely even feel the coldness on this side because it was that inflamed. It was that painful. Shout out to Nike. Maybe they'll send me some more headbands, but hopefully to work out when I'm back in commission. But I'm not in a rush. I'm not going to rush the process. God needs me to sit down. I'm going to sit down because I do not need this to be any worse. If that means, letting people know, hey, I can't work this week. I can't work this day, or expect things on a delay, because that's what it is. I'm in pain. And when it comes to the nerves, your neck, your back, your spine, you do not want to mess with it or make it any worse or force yourself back to getting better. And that's the last thing I need to do. She said it might take 2 to 4 weeks to get fully better, just depending on how I, take care of myself. So I'm going to endure this and go through the motions and just, not do any heavy lifting, like I said, not rush the process to heal, continue to just relax. And also that was another thing that I realized I wasn't doing with my body, was just ultimately relaxing it. Like sitting here and just not holding a phone like I am right now, not holding a laptop, not holding a book, not even a pen. Like just sitting here and just kind of letting my body melt into the couch. I did that last week and I was like, oh my God, I've been so tense this entire time. Even when I thought I was relaxed, even while praying and meditating, I didn't ever feel that relaxed. So it made me realize like I have so much more work to do when it comes to taking care of my body and listening to my body and slowing down, like really slowing down, because this could have been way worse. Me carrying 3 heavy bags through an airport, through SFO, and then where I landed, you guys know how big SFO is. No matter how close your gate is, you're still having to walk and wait in line. So to have all that pressure just like bogging me down, and yeah, big lesson learned here, people. First of all, slow down. 2, like Erykah Badu said in Bag Lady, you're going to miss your bus carrying all them bags like that. And figuratively speaking, I could be missing out on so much right now because I'm just sitting here healing. And again, like I said, I'm not rushing God's plan or process. If he needs me to sit down to learn something or to hear something, to fix something, then I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. But truly, don't rush. If you are injured or if you have old injuries, make sure you're stretching, making sure you're balanced with the things you carry. And some stuff you just can't control. Like I know I could have controlled this injury, but I'm glad that it's not anything worse. You know what I mean? Like I could have torn my shoulder and pinched a nerve and who knows what else, So I hate to even be injured, but I'm grateful that it's nothing serious and that my doctor was able to just like identify it immediately. And yeah, just embracing my 40s right now. Truly, I didn't expect this to be how I close out the year 40, but like I said, I'm trusting the process. I'm trusting God. I'm trusting myself. I trust my body. That's first and foremost. You guys have seen on my vlogs that is a journey I've been on, just learning how to trust myself, trust my body, ultimately trusting God, because everything happens for a reason, even when it hurts and even when it's painful and sometimes unbearable. But we don't have to carry that weight ourselves. There's doctors, there's nurses, there's physical therapists, there's YouTube, there's books. Just get the help you need, because if I had just sat here, never made that appointment, thinking like, I'll just, I'll ice it for another week and maybe then I'll call a doctor, I would have probably made it worse. I would have been icing and repairing the wrong parts of my body and like I said, making it worse for myself. So thank you again for sticking around for this yap session, but just protect your neck. Like the Wu-Tang Clan said, protect your neck, okay? They weren't lying at all costs. Like, maybe I hurt my neck from keeping my neck on a swivel living in downtown San Francisco. I don't know. But either way, I'm going to just go chill out. Gosh, this is not comfortable at all. 0 out of 10 recommend. Do not pinch a nerve. I'm going to keep saying that over and over again. 0 out of 10 recommended. No stars, no thumbs up, terrible reviews. Close it down, shut it down. I want my old neck back. But again, and then this is also reminding me to fix my posture. Oh my God. Like when I do this, and this is not a normal way I sit. It technically should be, but this is another thing I have to add to the list in my 40s. Fix my posture. Because I work all day like this. You know, I'm on my phone editing like this. I'm stressed out because of bills and debt and work and life. So I'm always like this, which is why I told you guys I forgot what it felt like to fully relax my body until last week when I was trying to just do anything to get rid of this pain. So give yourself a chance to relax this week, today, right now. Like right now, if you're watching this, relax right now. And I hope you're watching it this far because this is not fun. This is a lesson learned, but it's going to be a test of my patience and my mental just capacity for pain, which I do have a high tolerance for pain, but this was different. When the ibuprofen wasn't working and the biofreeze and the massage guns and the, eating right, staying hydrated wasn't working, I was like, oh, this is different. This is different. So anyway, I've been talking for 15 minutes, which also means I need to take off this ice. It's already melted. But I don't have, okay, just last thoughts. I don't have a headache. I still have full range of motion. It's just like when I'm in a certain posture, leaning forward, even just doing this, you see I'm grimacing, putting my neck back. It was worse before, but the ibuprofen has helped a lot. So if you ever have a pinched nerve and you don't have access to a doctor right away, ibuprofen, ice the back of your head and your neck, gentle massages to the painful areas, and just be as comfortable and relaxed as possible. I don't recommend going into work or doing anything, that requires labor or physical lifting. You're only going to make it worse. Like, give yourself a couple of days, a week to even rest. And I know it's tough when bills and money is, on the line and our livelihoods, but I just feel like taking care of our bodies is going to be more memorable and worth it than those 2 days you spend at a place you probably don't even like going to anyway. Maybe this is your sign to pivot and transition your careers anyway. Maybe the 2 days you sit there in pain where you can't do anything, like I said, it could be worse. And I'm not saying that, out of anything. I'm just saying, like, I'm grateful. I'm grateful it's not any worse, but, of course we don't want any pain, but here I am. This is my reality. But I know that I don't want to squander this moment by thinking like, let me just get through the pain, let me fix it real quick and then move on. Like, no, like, what is this telling me? Slow down. Don't carry so much weight on my back, literally and figuratively. And that's that on that. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments. If you ever had a pinched nerve, how long did it last? What did you do to fix it? And did it come back? Because God forbid this happens to me again, but at least now I know how to treat it. You know what I'm saying? So I say this in my other channel, my transaction care business channel, but I always say care for yourself, care for your wealth. So I'm gonna add for this one, care for yourself, care for your wealth, care for your health. Life is a blessing. Love you guys. Talk soon.